Heidi ho, fellow modelers. Welcome to Skip-O-Matic's Model Mania. I'm Skip, and this is my not helpful whatsoever assistant Earl. And for this episode of What's in the Kit, Earl picked out the Infini-T by AMT. A few days ago, we learned that this kit was being reissued and should be out in the very near future. But knowing that we had this in our kit stash, to crack this open and see what's in the kit. He really likes this kit. He's a little excited about it. And so let's get on with it. You can see he's all impatient. He's all fired up over there. Can't sit still. So let's get going. We did notice that the box art appears to be the same as on this. This is a 2007 issue. And what I said, from what we can see, it's going to be the same box art. There's a picture of the chassis. And on the other side is a profile shot, or a profile drawing. Now on the back of this box, or on the bottom, there's a little bit of history about it. That in 1971, AMT Corporation introduced Infini-T in a trio of crazy show dragster kits with stretched way out bodies, mounted on futuristic digger chassis. Originally released as kit number T199, Infini-T had two cousins, Stingaree and Bugaboo. In 72, Maxi Mav was added to the group. And blah 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 blah, it goes on. Well, I also have the Stingaree and the Bugaboo in our stash, and if there's enough interest in this kit review, I'll break those open and do a review on those also. So that's the box, and there you go, Earl. Sit still, calm down. So let's start where we should start first, just like it says in the instructions. Infini-T long-nosed T. And read this before you begin. And if you're new into modeling and a little inexperienced, and yeah, this is probably suggested reading. But if you're more experienced, or you're at that level where you're actually building kits in your sleep by now, this is pretty much just all blah 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 blah. So let's go to step one. The engine. Pretty much straightforward, just engine stuff. Bunch of chrome parts. So make sure you have glue on your fingers, and you can leave gluey fingerprints on all these chrome pieces. Just kidding. Let's go to step two. There we go. And it's tires and wheels. And step three is the chassis. Looks pretty simple. Got some chrome pieces. So you could probably leave those chrome or paint them to paint with the chassis, whatever you want to do. It's your model, build it the way you want. And I guess we'll move to step four. A second step for the chassis. Of course, here's your assembly from step three, and then looks like you're adding suspension and rear end, the floor for the interior tub, headlights, which they don't show on the box art any headlights, it looks like, but there are headlights if you want them. So that's pretty much that step. And we'll go to the last, final assemblies. And here you can see just adding your drag link and steering units, steering wheel, steering shaft, mount the engine, seat. Here's the lower part of the body. The upper part is a roof, and the sides and the windows and hinges, because this tilts up and the turtle deck for the rear. Chrome grille. Got the old bulb horn. So, doesn't look like too bad of a build. Should be a lot of fun. So that's it for the instructions. And we'll go to look at some of the parts. So let's look at the clear parts. That's it. There's windshield, back window, the quarter windows, and headlight lenses. And that's just it, all in clear. Now, what I would like to see in the reissue, and hopefully, let's cross our fingers, maybe they will, the Bugaboo that I have in this series came with clear, and it also came with blue tinted parts, windows. So maybe we'll get lucky, and with the reissue of this, they may give us an option of colored tinted windows. That would be pretty cool. Otherwise, I'm going to have to, if you want these tinted, you're going to have to, you know, mix up with your airbrush or whatever and tint these yourself. So that would be cool. Let's look at next would be the tires and wheels. Put them all out here. So this is in one bag. Here's the rear tires. The two-piece. That goes in there. Let's see if we can see the writing on it. It says it has Goodyear raised on it. And the front tires, just little skinny rubber bandy things. Got a nice little tread on them, straight tread, and a little bit of sidewall pie crust. So that's the front tires, and then a metal axle for the rear. Let's put those to the side. And let's start looking at some of the styrene in here. So this is the main frame rails, cross member, that's a rear cross brace thing, and these trees are kind of fragile. Here's the engine, the block, heads, the belt, and the pulleys for the blower drive, intake, interior floor pan. That looks like a fuel cell. Steering wheel. These might be props for the roof when you tip it open. Magneto, fuel pump, battery. That's for part of the front end suspension, I think. I think that is too. There's a couple of loose parts in here. This is the steering gearbox. This looks like a piece, at first, it looks like it's a piece of sprue that broke off. But after looking through the instructions, it was laying loose in the bag. I believe this is the steering column shaft. So make sure you don't throw anything away until you've got this all together. And this is for the roof section. There's the turtle deck rear body, roof, windshield frame, back panel for the back window, sides, and these are the hinges. Apparently this whole roof tilts back. And here is the lower body. Get that nice angle to it. Kind of reminiscent of the show rod, the Uncertainty. Remember, it kind of had that crazy angle to it. This isn't quite that radical. And that's another body. That's the cowl, top of the cowl. And let's get to the chrome. Put these off to the side. Make sure I don't lose none of these parts. And let's go to chrome. Lay these out. There's all the chrome. Let's go with this one. There's the radiator grill, There's the old style horn, bulb type horn. That looks like the motometer hood ornament. That's a rear tail light. These are headers. It's got these big fart can looking exhaust mufflers for the headers. And those are the braces. I believe that's these. That's that. Here are some of those chassis parts that are chrome. That's for the front. Headlights. Your Hemi valve covers. Part of your blower and injectors. Your front engine cover. Part of the blower. Front wheels. Rear wheels. And the last bit of chrome. There's your rear end differential assembly, your radius arms. It looks like the drag link, hood scoop. That's your instrument panel. Your gauges, shifter, roll bar, rear spring, drive shaft, front axle. That might be the fuel cell. Breather. Looks like that's it. That's all the parts. And I guess the last thing to look at be the decals. Let's see what they look like. And not a whole lot there, but gives you two options. Got a red striped flame and a blue striped flame. I think that must go on the back. It says the end. And looks like some scrolly pinstripe. Infini-T logo. To open, lift here. I'm not sure where you'd use that. Maybe that goes on the cowl. Not sure. I probably wouldn't even use that one. That's the options for the decals, or don't use them at all. But speaking of the end, we're to the end of this video. So, Earl and I would like to thank you for stopping by and watching our stupid little nonsense here. And as always, you know, subscribe or whatever. But thanks for watching. And come back, see some more of these. And we'll catch you later.